Holy mackerel. Think it's a hurricane.
We turned on A1A,
He's grabbing it.
this is what happened.
Yeah. Cruising down Beachfront Avenue. Don't get much better than this now. So today we are actually going to pack up here from our Thousand Trails campground at Daytona in Ormond Beach. It's actually Sunshine Holiday Daytona. And we're going to head over to Rodgers State Park. This is the park we were supposed to stay at when we bought the RV, and circumstances, obviously, we couldn't get back to Rodgers. So since we were staying here, we thought, this campground was free to book for us with 1,000 Trails. Hey, let's see if they have any availability at Rodgers, and they did. So we actually booked Sunday and Monday night, stayed here Friday and Saturday night. So this is going to be one of the benefits of having, I think, the motorhome is basically it's going to be so much easier just to run up the automatic levelers, unhook the power cord, drive. Allie can kind of just follow behind me in the Bronco because it's only like 6 or 7 miles from here. This would not be something we would have done had we been in the trailer. It would have just been too much of a hassle to, hook up the trailer, put the weight distribution and all that stuff back on. So we're gonna test these. We're gonna test this old theory out to see just how complicated or how difficult it is to actually pack up the motorhome and just head up the road to a new state park. Okay, so other than running the slides in, we got the bedroom slide ran in. Just got to run the main passenger slide and the driver's side slide. We're ready to roll, and that didn't take very long at all. Maybe 10 minutes. So I don't know if we're going to be a little too early trying to check in over at Rodgers. So we might just hang here just for a little bit. One thing we're loving about this is, or I should say I'm loving, is I was able to unhook the power, put everything away, and now we're just running the generator for a little bit to keep it cool in here until we are ready to run these slides in and hit the road.
So we are on our way to our next destination, and I'm following Chuck and Zool, our Bronco. I called over at Rodgers, and they are going to allow us to come in earlier than normal. I guess the people that were staying there in the spot that we're getting in today, they left early this morning. So I am following Chuck instead of hooking up the Bronco, just because it's only about 45-minute drive from this campground that we're staying at right now to Rodgers. And we're heading into Flagler Beach today.
So we are heading over to Rodgers right now. Allie's behind me in the Bronco, and we're getting ready to go over the bridge over across to Ormond Beach. And once we get there, we hit A1A, we'll head back north. And I'm thinking from that point on, it's about 10 miles back up to Rodgers. Pretty excited to get to stay here, not gonna lie.
Well, we just made some new friends that watch our channel.
Will and Erica.
This goes out to you, Will and Erica. Nice to meet y'all. And we are now heading back to the RV because look what's behind me. Very angry looking. So far, we are loving Rodgers. It's a beautiful campground. We're checking out the beach side right now, trying to see which spots we can fit the RV in. And we made a list on a notepad of a bunch of spots. So this will be a future camping trip for us. We're liking the riverside. It's really pretty, but the beach side, can't beat it. Well, we just went to Publix to pick up some beach chairs and an umbrella for the beach here at Flagler Beach.
We are enjoying the beach life right now.
Yep.
We've never thought of ourselves really as beach people.
But it's
even
beautiful.
though we used to camp on an island and everything. But
It's nice to enjoy it here, enjoy the Atlantic Ocean and the waves crashing. It's definitely a different experience over here on this side of the coast than it is on our side, the Gulf.
Very peaceful beach.
Very relaxing.
I think we got off the beach just in time. I don't know. What do you think? Here at Gamble Rodgers Memorial State Park, they actually have two distinctive campgrounds. One is the beachside camping, which is across the road, across A1A, and we are on the riverside right now.
For those of you who don't know who Gamble Rodgers was, he was a country folk singer right here in sunny Florida. We learned something really interesting about Jimmy Buffett and Gamble Rodgers. They actually had a really good friendship, and Jimmy Buffett would actually open up for some of his shows in his early days.
So just a little backstory of who Gamble Rodgers was. He was a country singer, country folk singer here in Florida, and he actually died trying to save a drowning man here while he was camping here at Flagler Beach. And that's why they ended up memorializing him by naming this state park Gamble Rodgers Memorial State Park. Sad story, but a beautiful park. So we just got through doing a little beach fun right outside the actual state park here, because the dogs are not out on the beach in the state park, but just outside the park they are. So
We're gonna check out the nature trail.
not sure how long this nature trail is. It doesn't seem like the park is that big on this side, right? I mean, neither one of these parks seem that big.
It's bigger than the ocean side. That's
It
the
is.
beach side.
But other than like the river over here and the boat launch, it seems fairly small.
It's a very quaint
Yeah.
ground.
There's supposed to be a butterfly garden up here, so we'll see if we can locate that and see if we can see any butterflies. Well, we just saw our first butterfly, and he was not in the actual butterfly garden, but he might be heading that way. I gotta say, I'm glad that we decided to go ahead and move from Sunshine Daytona Holiday and come over here to Gamble Rodgers. We really wanted to do this park 3 weeks ago when we bought the RV, and it just didn't work out.
We are definitely going to book this again, but this time we're going to go stay on the beach side.
If we can, that's our goal. But you know what? I would take the riverside, wouldn't you? If that was all that was available.
Yes. So this is another state park here in Florida that is checked off our bucket list. We're doing a lot of bucket list items this summer, and this is definitely one of them that we wanted to do, and it's perfect. And we're definitely coming back. For our next trip here, we are going to go all the way to the butterfly garden. This time, it's a little bit too much for Nikki. It's a little too hot today. We're heading back for lunch, getting some hamburgers. Well, Chuck just got poked in the head, and the name of the plant that poked him in the head is called a Spanish bayonet. And he said, yeah, it hurt. And I believe it. We're out, and we're gonna check Chuck's head to see if it's bleeding. No, I don't see anything.
So this is going to be a regular stop for us when we, stay here at Gamble Rodgers, for sure. We were going to try Finn's tonight, but the restaurant was closed.
Yeah, the bar was the only place open downstairs.
Yeah. So we just ended up going back to Tortugas and was not disappointed. I'll say one thing, the food quality was good. Conch fritters was great.
Right.
Service was fast. Prices were very reasonable.
And the music was really good. They played good 80s hair metal.
Yeah. Last night they had a band we enjoyed, and then tonight they had a radio station on playing Rat, Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses. We liked it, so awesome. It's time to head back to the campground. It's going to be our last night here, but we are certainly happy that we decided to pack up from Sunshine Daytona Holiday and come to Gamble Rodgers. Definitely was worth the little effort that it took with the new RV. Honestly, it wasn't much effort at all. And that is one thing we're going to love in the future, is that if we have to pack up and move, it's not much set up and tear down.
That's right. So we noticed as we were driving here towards Fort Matanzas, this whole strip of land over here, all these stilt houses literally built right on the sand. There's no road that gets to it. I mean, this is it right here. It says road closed, authorized vehicles only. I mean, I don't know how people get to those houses.
I guess you just drive on the beach there. That's why it says authorized vehicles only. They don't want people just, I guess, driving down
unless
there.
you live there. No
Right.
parking in the street. Wow.
What's it say up here? Look up here. It's like home that away,
Fun.
fun that away. You're literally driving right on the edge of the water here.
Wow, this is just absolutely gorgeous. Could you imagine owning this right here in this house and being able to walk out right there on the beach?
So on the drive home today, we actually decided to take the interstate all the way home this time instead of cutting across the state and having to do a lot of start and stop driving. We are actually averaging 8.5 miles a gallon towing the Bronco, so that is not bad. Pretty happy with those numbers. We'll see what happens when we go to Georgia and we hit some hills and stuff like that in probably September. But I'll take 8.5 right now. So next weekend, we are taking our annual trip to St. Augustine. We have literally gone once a year, at least. At least. Yeah.
Ever since we met each other. That was actually our very first trip, was to St. Augustine. Well, we had a wonderful time here in Flagler Beach. This place, you almost feel like you're in a time warp. It's just, it feels like another world here, another time period. I feel like I'm back in the 50s or 60s, that time period where it just, I don't know.
I feel like it's a land that time forgot here, and I hope it stays that way. I love this old feel. I hope they do not commercialize this area like they have done down in Daytona and other areas. Very, very, very much in love with this area, like we are with St. Augustine.
Come on, Rigel. You got it, girl. Get up this hill.
Steep bridge.
Woo. Look how beautiful that is. So pretty.